morning, everyone. This is me, Abhilasha, your favorite VRC mentor, and I am back again with yet another episode of Mornings with the Hindu, your go-to program for your daily reading comprehension. It's time for ZAT, and therefore, this is the best place to be for prepping for your ZAT. RC is almost the same as that exam. Alright guys, so I've been teaching for the last 22 years, have cracked exams like CAT, ZAT and so on. I come to you live daily at 9 a.m. and also at 9 p.m. nowadays with the ZAT and SNAP courses that are on the YouTube session. If you haven't yet connected with me, use the Telegram handle Abhilasha English to connect with me, or you can just log on to the Unacademy Learners app and use my handle Abhilasha_S to connect. If you haven't yet joined Unacademy, guys, Abhi CAT is the way to go. So please use my referral code for your 10% discount on all Unacademy courses. So our 17,500 course with a 1750 discount cost you some 15,000 bucks if you do use my referral code. The National Scholarship Test for CAT is happening every weekend, and this weekend it's again a full length test, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. These are top 50 scorers get Amazon vouchers worth up to 5,000 rupees. You get great in-depth insight with analysis, and the analysis is happening every Sunday. Guys, if you are preparing for CAT 21, this is the best thing to do to yourself. You start preparing right now. So the National Scholarship Test is a free test for you guys. Every weekend you take one test on Sunday. So you start getting used to taking a test, and also you start understanding how you are faring. So it is an excellent way, and by the time you come to CAT you will have done so many tests, no? So make sure you are attending these. Don't skip them, don't get scared. Oh, it's a full length test, how am I going to do it? Do it, write it. The best way of preparing for CAT is by writing as many tests as you can. So this is an excellent thing to do. Alright, let's get started. Slow progress on WHO's assurance to uncover the origin of COVID-19. Just today, two countries have said that they are releasing their COVID vaccines, and we are yet to know how they have come into the human lives. So let's read a little bit more about this. So in 2003, a WHO team was able to identify the animal source of SARS coronavirus within weeks, despite its arrival in China nearly 3 months after the initial outbreak. In the case of MERS coronavirus, the intermediate host was identified more than a year after the first human case was reported. However, in the case of the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2, its source is still unknown even 11 months after WHO reported the first case. Knowing the natural reservoirs and intermediate hosts and the event that allowed the virus to jump across the species barrier are important in prevention. Soon after the virus spread around the world, there was heightened demand to identify its origin in China's Wuhan, where the first case cluster was reported. Even as the global focus shifted to therapeutics and vaccine trials, it is reassuring that the global health body is still determined to find the virus's origin. But the pace of investigation leaves much to be desired. Efforts began in February, but it was only in early August that WHO completed the mission to lay the groundwork for joint efforts to identify the origin. Its two-member team did not visit Wuhan, the epicenter. It was only in late October that China began early studies for the two-phase investigation. In the first phase, short-term studies will be undertaken to better understand how the virus might have begun circulating in Wuhan. Longer-term studies will follow based on these results. It is only then that a WHO-led team can operate in China to collaborate with Chinese scientists. If China failed to alert WHO immediately after a Wuhan cluster was reported, its reluctance to quickly and earnestly investigate the source can partly be explained by the US President Donald Trump's attempt to politicize the issue. The reluctance has only increased after mounting international ire over its reporting the outbreak and the huge economic cost of the pandemic globally. There is strong evidence that the virus originated in bats and probably spread to humans through an intermediate species. One way to find this out is to know the susceptibility of different animal species. Already many animals, including cats, have been found susceptible to the virus in the lab and outside. With the virus spread so wide, zeroing in on the intermediate host becomes more difficult, as the possibility of humans having spread the virus to animals cannot be ruled out. So now it is the reverse way. Hence, a multi-pronged approach with an emphasis on investigating China's wildlife farms becomes crucial. This highlights the importance of working alongside China to uncover the virus's origin. Whew, my God. The source of the COVID virus unknown. WHO has not yet started also investigating for the SARS and MERS virus. They had, within a year they had found the sources at least. Now, though, China is very reluctant to help also because once Donald Trump politicized the whole issue and the rest of the world is so antagonistic towards China, they probably don't want to help also. They have started their investigation, but WHO is yet to latch on to it. The world is absolutely angry, and the requirement, however, now is to work with the Chinese so that we can find out the source. It is not the time to be angry or to be pointing fingers at anyone. Let us better find out what the source of this virus is and how to stop it. Alright guys, let's take a look. Okay, writer of the passage will agree with each of the following except if Trump had not created an issue, then China might have cooperated earlier. China is unwilling to open up because there is a global outcry due to COVID. Bats were the original carriers of coronavirus, and zeroing in on humans as the intermediate carrier of COVID is unnecessary and incorrect. Alright guys, find out the answer for me very quickly. Let me meanwhile say hello to everyone. Hey Oritru, good morning. Shivangi, very good morning. Very well Shivangi. Sparsh, Pragyan, Disha, Kiran, Sparsh, Sudeb, Achal, Rishabh, Kriti, Anchan, Polly, Oritru. Yes, Pfizer from UK. Okay, Rishabh has started answering the question, guys, quickly. So the writer will agree with which of these, and then whatever remains will be our answer. So the writer will definitely agree with A. He will definitely agree with B. He will definitely agree with C. The only one that he will not agree with is D, and therefore this becomes the correct answer, that zeroing in on humans as the intermediate carrier of COVID is unnecessary and incorrect. We don't know because we might have become the intermediate carrier for some animals. So therefore it is not incorrect. Yes, very good. I can see Sparsh, Shashwat, Risha was the first one. Prerna, Pragyan, Kiran, Disha, Sparsh. No Sparsh. B is something that the writer is already mentioned, and therefore he will definitely agree with that. Sudev, Hank, Achal, Shivangi, Polly. Guys, understand that if Trump had not created an issue, China might have cooperated. This is something that the writer will agree with. China is unwilling because there is a global outcry. That is also something that the writer will agree with. The bats were the original carrier is also something that the writer might agree with. The only one that writer will not agree with is D. Remember, the question has asked you something will agree with and then accept. So please make sure you understand this. CAT 2020, the most difficult questions were the accept ones because one, they used a double negative. Okay. So there was a double negative and there was an accept. These were the two things that actually, led to the doubling of the difficulty level. So remember to make sure that you understand your questions and you are able to understand these. So accept, always be careful. Each of the following is true according to the passage except COVID started in Wuhan in China. Animal source of SARS and MERS was found very quickly. Even after so many months, the animal source of COVID is yet to be found. WHO has already started work in China to find the animal source of COVID. Come on. Which of these is true? Each of these is true, so you have to find the one that is not true. So remember, true plus accept is false. Quickly find out for me what is false. Come on guys, second question coming your way. Guys, remember to like the session also. अब तुम्हारे सहारे वतन साथियों अब तुम्हारे सहारे मेरे लाइक साथियों तो लाइक तो कर ही देना. Yes, very good. So A is true, B is true, C is true. So D is the one that we are looking at. Achal, I will give you questions. Don't worry. We'll make you do question practice on double negatives also. Very good. Yes. Okay. वेरी गुड यू गाइस एक्सीलेंट सब लोग के साथ काम करके मैं खुश हो जाती हूँ एक्सीलेंट थैंक यू मूडी alright what does the writer want to say in the passage again the want to say is what it means essentially what is the theme what is the main idea what is it that he wanted to convey to you so China has to work with its neighbor to crack the genetic code of COVID. WHO must work alongside China to uncover the origins of COVID. The entire world is looking at the WHO to find the solution of the COVID problem. And the vaccine of COVID has to be found really quickly so that the world becomes safe again. Which of these is what the writer wanted to say in the passage? What is it that he has said? Yes, yes, Kiran, absolutely. We're looking at the main idea, beta. बिल्कुल तो बताओ फटाफट China has to work with its neighbors to crack the genetic code. Not really. This is not really the thing that the writer wanted to say. The entire world is looking at the WHO to find the solution, but is that what the writer wanted to say? No. The vaccine of COVID has to be found really quickly. Again, this is not what we wanted to say. The correct answer is that WHO must work alongside China to uncover the origins of COVID. There is no other way that you can do it because of course it originated in China. All these viruses have originated in China, guys. Remember that. And if we don't go there and if we don't study that country and find out, it will be very difficult for us to crack, the origins of COVID. So B is the correct answer. Alright, the tone of the writer in the lines, even as the global focus shifted to therapeutics and vaccine trials, it is reassuring that the global health body is still determined to find the virus's origin. Okay. Now tell me. So even as the global focus shifted to therapeutics and vaccine trials, it is reassuring that the global health body is still determined to find the virus's origin. Is it optimistic? Is it unhappy? Is it laudatory? Is it caustic? Yes, Shashwat. Very good. Yes, it is reassuring that they are still determined. Very good. It is optimistic. Okay, not laudatory. Okay, we are not praising anyone. We're just saying that there is still hope. Yes, not unhappy, not caustic. Caustic means very sharp or very bitter. So clearly that cannot be the right answer. Okay, saying that someone is still determined does not really mean you're praising someone. They are the best thing to the world. No, we haven't said that. So therefore it cannot be laudatory. Yes, reassuring sounds optimistic. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Reassuring, still determined, find the origin. We are saying that there is hope in the sentence. And that is why it is very clearly optimistic. Always look at the kind of words that the sentence has used. The adjectives, adverbs, phrases. They are the ones like words like reassuring. Okay, still determined, find the origin. Okay, these words tell me that there is expectation of something good, right? So expectation of something good in the future, clearly optimistic. Okay. All right, what is the antonym of initial? First, intermediate, genesis or start? Quickly. So we will quickly do our vocabulary questions. 4 of these, fast and furious. Huh? Vocabulary, of course, is always fast and furious. Let's do this, guys. लाइक कर देना भाई सब लोग इतने लोग हैं लाइक तो करना बनता है सेशन का Yes, initial means obviously first or genesis or start, and therefore intermediate is going to be the correct answer. Yes, intermediate means something that happens in the middle. Yes. Genesis is the beginning point. Okay, it is the starting point or the birth of something. Okay, remember the root gen means birth. So wherever you see words that have the root gen, you know it is going to be about starting. So progeny, your children, progenitor, one who gives birth. Okay, generation, the next set. So wherever you find gen, remember it has something to do with birth or creation. So genesis is the point of starting. And what is the meaning of jump across species as used in the passage? To move from one to another, to move up in order, to go into a new paradigm, to find new avenues. Yes, Hank, of course it was an antonym. Jump across species. What do I mean by that? To move from jump across species is to move from one species to another, and therefore A is the correct answer. Simple. Much to be desired. Is it the end of a task? Is it work to be done? Is it that there are plenty of opportunities, or is it that you have cut corners? That there is much to be desired in this work. Quickly, guys, come on. What does the phrase much to be desired mean? So it clearly means there is plenty of opportunity. Yes, very good. There is plenty of opportunity to do things, right? All right, what does the word mounting mean? Very quickly, guys, we have lots of words today. So what does the word mounting mean? Does it mean slowing, reducing, increasing, or plateauing? Slowing, reducing, increasing, or plateauing. The word plateauing means reaching a flat level, so not increasing, not decreasing, so remaining constant. Okay, so remember plateau is it's flat, so therefore constant. Increasing of course this, reducing of course this, slowing, just decreasing in intensity. So clearly the correct answer here will be C, increasing. Okay, not plateauing. All right, let's look at our words. Very, very nice words, huh? Despite, so in spite of. Okay, reservoir is a tank. Heightened demand means increased demand. Okay, therapeutics is medicine. To lay the groundwork is to build the foundation. Epicenter is the center of something. Collaborate is to work together. Reluctance is unwillingness. Earnestly is sincerely. Politicize is to make a political issue. Mounting ire means increasing anger. Ire is anger. So increasing anger is mounting ire. Outbreak of course is the spread. Susceptibility is vulnerability. Zeroing in is closing in or identifying. Ruled out is to reject as a possibility. And multi-pronged approach is multi-layered or multi-edged. Okay. Alright guys, so these are some words that you must remember and you must learn up very well. Remember, our goal of 3650 words in the year will be very easily achieved if you keep doing these 10 words every single day with me. So don't miss out on any of the sessions guys. Also bring as many of your friends and colleagues and family who are wishing to learn or who plan to write CAT or to write any other entrance examinations. This is the best place to be learning up. Guys, for today, the sessions are very simple. We are starting with the ZAT batch today again. So 11 a.m. is the time for ZAT 2021 prep. We start in earnest today. So 11 a.m. please remember to join me for that. And also the NMAT analysis happens tonight in the evening at 7:30. So please remember to, again, if you are doing NMAT, remember to join me for the NMAT VRC analysis. Also, today the YouTube session on ZAT will happen at 9 p.m. So please join me for the ZAT YouTube session. This is a free session, guys. You can all join in. Alright, with that we come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Adios, mere amigos. और remember to like, share and subscribe. वो मत miss out करना. Let's crack it.